Humanity has come a long way since the invention of the wheel. At the turn of the 20th century, streets were full of horse-drawn carriages, and just a few years later, steam and gasoline-powered cars had taken over.
Hi, I'm Josh, founder of Awaken Energy, and after working for years in the solar industry, I started to notice that the way we power our homes and our transportation was rapidly changing.
Just like cars replaced horses, in the 21st century, electric vehicles will be replacing many gas and diesel vehicles. America alone burns around 20 million barrels of oil per day. Currently, less than 2% of vehicles are all electric, but in the next few years, that number will be over 10%, which means we will potentially be saving hundreds of millions per day on gas and diesel, but increase our demand for electricity with electric vehicles. EV adoption means that our aging grid will need to produce more power than ever to keep up. Blackouts could become even more common, and the United States is already way behind on grid reliability among first world countries. Solar on rooftops helps our grid become more reliable, gives the owner energy independence, and provides sustainable power. I've already helped hundreds of homes and businesses realize these benefits by installing solar on their property to generate all the power they use all year.
One day, I had an idea to create an EV that solved the charging issues and a lot of other really big issues. I would create an electric vehicle that could charge itself on solar, that got infinite miles per gallon by charging every day from the sun, solar panels installed directly on its roof. This is how the idea of Griff was born.
The more I researched building a solar-powered EV, the more I realized it could solve a lot of problems if I could pull it off. A solar EV could not only cut down on demand for grid power, but it could extend the range of the EV, extend the battery life, and potentially make money by powering the owner's home when full and parked in the sun. Potentially, every home with an EV that has V2G or vehicle to grid capability can also serve as emergency power during a power outage. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There were more than a few challenges in building Griff. The first was finding a vehicle big enough to carry enough solar panels for a full charge each day. I wanted to convert an old pickup truck originally into an electric vehicle, then add solar. But I found some 10-year-old EV trucks for sale. Box trucks that were 100% electric and had been used for bread deliveries by La Brea Bakery in Los Angeles. I bought them with my savings, shipped them to Idaho, and began working on turning the truck into a self-charging solar power plant on wheels. There were problems, from customizing all the racking frames to hiring an electric vehicle expert to help me build out the charging system. After 6 months, the project had gone nowhere due to the company I hired not really being capable of delivering what was promised. After parting ways and getting help from a local energy company, Comet Energy, to finish out the charging build, I was then able to test drive and charge Griff using only solar power for the first time ever, and it worked. Griff is simply the name of the truck, but then I had the idea for Project Griffin, my mission to build and inspire fleets of solar-powered vehicles. How could I prove this was possible? Driving on sunshine and never needing outside fuel, driving a vehicle that could charge other EVs or even power a home. What if I became the first person to drive thousands of miles across America using only solar power? No gas, no diesel, not even any grid power, just solar electricity generated from the roof and wings of Griff. So that's exactly what I did.
So if you subscribe to my channel, Awaken Solar, not only will you see all of the adventures I had along the trip, like the favorite place I discovered, the Inn on Barron's Creek in Fredericksburg, Texas, as well as seeing Captain Ludwig, my dog co-pilot, get bitten by a snake. But you'll also see all of the other videos that I'll be creating to give value to people considering going solar.
I made it from California to Florida using only solar electricity to power the vehicle. On the way to celebrate a successful trip, I almost died. My appendix ruptured, and I ended up in the hospital for over a week. During this time, and in the weeks after, I took a break from work, spent time with loved ones, and dreamed of having enough success to actually impact the transportation sector so that solar-powered vehicles became common, or at the very least, that solar-powered charging stations for electric vehicles became common. I learned that people in every state I visited are receptive to the benefits of solar. The independence and sustainability of it makes sense to almost everyone. I began calculating the impact that solar-powered cars, trucks, and vans, even trailers, could have on our grid and infrastructure costs. Even if only a few manufacturers built solar-powered vehicles, the cumulative impact would amount to millions of dollars of electricity saved each year. A car charging without the grid saves us all money. I hope you're at least a little more open to the idea of your next car being able to fill up its own tank, to make you money, and to possibly keep your home powered during an emergency. I also hope you'll support Project Griffin, as I can't create solar-powered vehicles or test solar equipment without your help. Please go to awakensolar.com. If you or someone you know wants to go solar, register for our consulting service where we guarantee you save money. Finally, please consider supporting me in building the next solar-powered vehicle by donating or supporting us for free by subscribing to our channel Awaken Solar on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching.